Morning guys, Matt the Greeter. I'm learning sometimes my microphone doesn't quite activate right away. My first couple of words are garbled, which is a relief to some of you. So yeah, definitely it's not autumn yet in New England here, but autumn is a-coming, and with it darker mornings. Awake in the dark, and but I get used to waking up in the dark. I've always had early jobs. I mentioned before I'm a recovering educator. So if you're a teacher, you tend to wake up before the sun, which was, for me, was nice for the commute, because those sensible people were still sleeping, and I was you know, usually arriving to work with the morning custodian or whatever. Daylight savings time will happen in just a little bit. Maybe it's already happened by the time I posted this, and that's always kind of a controversial. It's maybe more controversial in the spring, but well, it depends on who you're talking to. So some people have talked about getting rid of daylight savings time entirely. So what that is, maybe you don't have that where you're from, but daylight savings time, maybe it was Ben Franklin, one of those old dudes back in the days of non-genetically modified farms and whatnot. People were relying on somewhat of an agricultural schedule, and you know, the days get kind of shorter and shorter and shorter. I mean, we have clocks. So there's number one issue. Because we have clocks, we have a sense of precise time, which isn't always. So I feel like what daylight savings time is a sort of a, wow, you can't see that V, the geese flying south. I mean, right on cue, right? But daylight savings is almost an attempt at getting away from precise time for a minute, or manipulating precise time to a different precision, because you know, it gets dark in the morning. So what happens in the fall is the clocks fall back, which means when it turns 2 o'clock in the morning, one of these mornings, it pops back and it's only 1 o'clock in the morning. The advantage, and why a lot of people really like that change, fall back, is because you get the impression of an extra hour of sleep. But of course, you know, we're not adding and subtracting hours from the day, so it's only placebo. But it works. And then in the spring, you spring ahead. So when 2 o'clock in the morning hits, well, it's actually now 3 o'clock in the morning. So you lose an hour of sleep, and you inflict millions of people who are about to get onto the roads, you inflict them all with jet lag, rile them up, and then set them loose on the streets. So, missed my blinker. I was going to turn my blinker off. So anyway, they go through that stop sign anyway. But I don't know how I feel about it, because in the fall, what happens is, oh yeah, that appearance of an extra hour of sleep in the morning sure is nice. However, at 4:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's dark out already. And that's crazy. Already dark out. You know, and I hate that, man. I hate that. Yeah, you know, because I get out of work, and man, riding in the fall, it gets cold enough. Riding in the winter, but now you're gonna subtract some. You know, now it's dark when I get out of work, and that's not cool. You know, like, what am I supposed to do with that? Because, you know, as soon as it gets dark, when the sun's out, you know, the roads are nicer. When it gets dark and the dew falls and this and that, then, well, the roads get slick. So, I mean, it kind of, you know, cheats us out of a little bit of riding time. And, when the advantage to the end of the day when you spring ahead is that it's 7:30 at night, and the sun is still up. and then you feel like, oh, it's beautiful. And I love that change when the days get longer and longer and longer until they reach their apex or whatever, sometime around June 21st, 22nd, something like that. And the days feel like, it just feels like the world cares about you, cares about me. And then the days start getting shorter and I get that sense of unease. But anyway, daylight savings time. Some people have talked about getting rid of it, and there's positives in it. We don't live in an agricultural society around here. We grow houses and we grow housing projects and condominiums and all that stuff at great expense. And so we don't really need to change the time for agricultural purposes. So, I don't know. Some people thought about getting rid of it. What are your thoughts? Any thoughts? Do you not have daylight savings time where you're from? I don't know. Anyway, Matt the Greeter. I'm going to walk my way to work and get going for the day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Bye.